Okay, we're good to go. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you are well. I am taking a break from the Nationals and NLCS championship game here to do this. We got a lot to cover tonight. Really excited. For those of you who are new, and I know there are some new people on tonight, I'm David Silverman. I'm an ambassador double diamond in ASEA. I live in Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C. And together every Monday night, Debbie Wetzler and myself host this call, and it's a team call. Debbie is a triple diamond in Maryland. She's my sponsor. So everybody on this call is in Debbie's organization somewhere. You found out about this through somebody. Originally, it goes back up to Debbie. A lot of you are in my organization too, but Debbie and I do this call every Monday. And we really are, I think somebody in Anita Melagrana's group, who I see Anita's on here, Marion Geis said, you are, and what we're looking for is servant leaders. People have this misconception that in network marketing, you're making money off of other people. This business is about serving. We want everybody to be successful. I mean, Debbie wanted me to be successful, and I'm under her, and I actually make more money than she does. She's happy about that. She's been a servant leader to me, and I pass that on, and many of the people on this call are our servant leaders. And our goal every day is to make people aware of this incredible breakthrough for humanity, which is ASEA Redox and cellular health in general, all the products, and the opportunity created by this breakthrough, which started with Virtus and Tyler Norton not selling this technology to a pharmaceutical company. So we want to make people aware of the product and the opportunity, and then the people that get involved with the opportunity, we sponsor them. And the word sponsor has the same root as the word responsibility, and we take that responsibility very seriously. We want, if people are coming into this and they want this to better their lives, just emotionally by helping people with the product, that's about getting people on the product. Financially, because they want to make money, we want to help them do that. And it could be they want to make $500 a month on a residual basis. That could change a lot of things in their life. That's great. We want to help people do that. If they want to make $500 a week, or $5,000 a week, or $10,000 a week, or $20,000 a week, there's no limit to what you can do here. It's not easy. This is not, it's network marketing. It's not net wish marketing. It takes some work. But the fact is, most people don't fit the requirements to be really successful in this. And those requirements have nothing to do with education. It has nothing to do with race or religion. It has to do with being motivated and coachable. If people are motivated and they're coachable, there's no limits to what they can do here. With this product, the patents, the people running, the infrastructure that's in place. So what we do on this weekly call is we welcome new people aboard. We want to know who you are. We want you to meet me and Debbie. There are a couple other diamonds in the group. Amy Stacy's triple diamond. Dr. Carolyn Hoffman and Paul Hoffman are diamonds. And the platinums and golds. We want to know who you are, right? And we want you to know who we are, so we can serve you. We recognize people who have advanced in rank over the past week. Although this week I don't know that I'll be doing that because Debbie has everybody. I hate to recognize people just in my group and not give credit to the people in Debbie's group. So we'll probably do that next week because she can see everything in her virtual office. I can only see my group. So we'll probably skip the recognition tonight. I'm sorry. We generally have some testimonials, people just sharing what they've seen happen with the product. We make announcements, things that are going on. And we have some big announcements tonight, actually. We'll do some training. We have time to do training. We'll have some inspirational stuff. Sometimes we have guest speakers. We can have the president of the company. We can have the founder of the company. We can have upline diamonds and so forth, cross-line diamonds. But that's the purpose of the call. And it's also a sense of community. We're out there talking to people about this breakthrough, right? And once you know it's real, you figure, man, everybody's just going to jump all over this. It's so exciting. It's so self-evident that it works. You put this on 10 people in pain and watch what happens to 9 of them within 10 minutes. It's pretty amazing. So we all think that or have this maybe a unrealistic expectation that, wow, this is going to be a piece of cake. And then we go out and start sharing it with people, and people who we trust. If they came to us with something, we would trust them enough to take it very seriously, to look into it, to come to a webinar, watch video, whatever. And we expect that they would do it for us, and trust that we're telling them we've vetted this, right? And then they reject it, and it hurts people. I mean, it can be very painful when it's someone you care about, or someone you think trusts you, and it shows you. It kind of illuminates. You would have gone through your whole life thinking there's this trust between you and this person or these people, and you find out there's not, and it hurts. And I get that. So, and those people don't even know that one day they're going to be on the product, right? They're like, they reject it, whatever, blah blah blah, whatever. They don't even know they're going to be on this product. They're too closed-minded, tunnel visioned, cynical, whatever it is, brainwashed by the drug industry, that they're like, whatever. They'll be on the product one day. But it's nice to come here on Monday evenings, and we all know what this product does. We're not trying to convince anybody. We're not trying to help anybody say, oh, please believe me. We're not trying to rub gel on anybody here. We all know. And so when you go to convention and the big events, it's nice to be around a couple thousand people that know also, knowing that we're a core group. In fact, I'll make a little slip announcement here. I'll announce in a little bit, but save the date on January 18th. If you're anywhere on the East Coast or know anybody on the East Coast, on January 18th in Washington, D.C., we're going to have Tyler Norton at an event here, probably a few other diamonds, maybe Trish, Alan Noble, I'm not sure yet. But January 18th, mark that down. You come to an event like that, and you're around all these people that already know what this product does. It's really kind of cool. So we're just glad that you're here. I want to take a moment to see if anybody has, maybe a couple of people may have seen something happen with the product on themselves or someone else, or there's someone new perhaps that would like to share what they've seen, a product experience. If you go to the bottom left of your screen, there's a little microphone with a red line through it. You can left click it to unmute yourself. Would love to have people share if you have something to share. I'll wait a minute here.
Hey, David.
Yeah, hi, Cecily.
How are you?
Wonderful. How are you, sweetheart?
I'm good. Well, today I dropped a huge wooden crate on my big toe.
Ooh.
And quite literally took off the end of my big toe, like peeled it back.
Oh.
Well, I was at work. I didn't have time to really deal with it. So I glopped the Renew 28 on it and butterfly stitched it back together with my Band-Aids. About 2 hours later, took the Band-Aids off to see if it had stopped bleeding, because it was bleeding pretty badly. Not only had it stopped bleeding, but the skin that had come completely off, you couldn't tell where it had come off. It was back on and completely glued back on, for lack of a better term. Now the toe is pretty bruised, as well it should be, but the piece of skin that I was worried about having to get stitches on later in the day, no longer a problem. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's one of the reasons I don't practice podiatry anymore. This stuff makes people heal too fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. And coworkers who had seen it happen and then later saw me take off the Band-Aid, they were incredulous. They couldn't believe what they were seeing.
Yeah. I've seen that happen on myself when I sliced my finger really deeply. Just having been a foot surgeon, I know when something is going to need sutures. And we had just got to New York, and it was about 11 o'clock at night, and I really sliced it, and I just soaked it in a thing of us. We didn't have the gel, then I soaked it in the ASEA, and I watched the blood go to the bottom of the ASEA and just pool at the bottom, and then I wrapped it up with this huge bandage. It looked like a big ball on it like this. And the next morning I woke up, there was almost no blood in there, and it was already healing, like the thing was closing. And I don't even know what finger it was on anymore. I mean, that was really incredible. So Cecily, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. For those of you who, let me just share my screen real quick. For those of you who have not seen how quickly people heal with this product, this is a friend of mine. He's a doctor, a podiatrist. He fell off his bicycle. He's 59 years old, and I carry this around on my phone because that's 10 days later. 59-year-old people do not heal that quickly, and that's just using the gel. So we have some remarkable benefits there. Who else would like to share?
Hey, David.
Hi, Karen. How are you in Florida?
I'm well. I'm well. I burned my hand with some really hot grease cooking fish last night and splattered all over my right hand. I mean, it was on fire. And so, of course, I washed and got it real nice and dry, and I got some ice on it to help. Then I started doing the ASEA, and I don't know if you can see, I got this nice blister here. That was just a part of it. My whole hand was covered with this.
Yeah.
So, and on this side too, I mean, there's just little red dots. This is the worst blister, but there's no redness around it. It doesn't hurt. It took about 4 or 5 hours constantly spraying, Renew 28 spraying, ice, but I just kept at it, and there's no pain. I mean, I hope this blister should go down in a couple days.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Karen, just as much as you can, I'll show a picture to look familiar to you. Can you see that blister on that?
Yes.
On that? Well,
yes.
that's I think 4 days later. This is at UNC Burn Center. That's 12 days later.
Nice. Wow.
And burns like this, they don't heal like that. That's amazing. So
yeah. So I don't know if you got to see that. Mine looks almost like that one.
Yeah, that's why I showed
it was serious. Yeah, it was serious.
Well, keep soaking it. And Karen, thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Anybody else want to share one more? Okay. All right. Let's move on here. Debbie and I usually do this together. Like I say, she's not here, and I thought Carolyn and Paul Hoffman were going to be on. They're not on either. So let's just jump to this. I cannot do recognition tonight. I'm sorry. I could just my group, but I'm not going to do that. Let's make some announcements. Things that are going on. I just made a big one, and no one knows that yet. I mean, I haven't even secured the hotel, but mark your calendar for January 18th. Tyler Norton has never been to the East Coast. Has never been here. We're going to make this event probably 12 to 5, so the people that want to drive in the morning can drive in. I would imagine the people up in the New York area, maybe down in Carolina, will commandeer buses, coaches, to come up in the morning and leave in the afternoon, or when the thing is over, late afternoon. We'll pray for good weather, but it's a big deal that Tyler Norton's coming here. It's going to be a big event. I've got a room, assuming 300, but it'll accommodate up to 500. That's the rooms I'm looking for right now. So mark your calendar for that. This week, I just created a new WINfrastructure document. For those of you who have not seen it yet, I posted it at Debbie's Diamond Club Facebook group and my group's Freedom Facebook group, and I'm going to share it with you right now to show you some of the changes that are on the WINfrastructure document. The WINfrastructure document, for new people, this is our infrastructure. It's what we have in place to help you build your business. And servant leaders have put all these things together. It's not just me. A lot of people have put this stuff together. And let me show you what the new one looks like. Hang on one second. Let's get rid of that. Now you'll notice at the top right in blue, it says October 14th. That's the newest version. So you want to discard, delete, get rid of all the older versions because they're incorrect. They're not up to date. Okay. So please make sure it's this one. Okay. October 14th. So the first page just kind of goes through what's in the document. It's a 7-page document. You notice this little box right here. I have some important things for people to do before they even start. One is what you've already done, download Zoom, because we use this app all the time. Number 2, from your upline, get Debbie's Facebook group, which is Debbie's Diamond Club. That's for everybody in her group. My group, it's Freedom Facebook group, and we keep things up to date there. Check it every day. You know, we're not using email that much anymore. Facebook is just a much more convenient thing. You click the Files tab, and you can pull up all the files that there are, and it tells you what the titles are. You'll find the WINfrastructure document there. This document both in PDF and in Word. You can edit Word. So if you want it, like we're on the page that I'll show you, the page that has the upline diamonds, you can add your name to it. It says sign up for the important free A-Team Support weekly newsletter at ateamsupport.com. Password is associate with a capital A. Okay, please get on that newsletter. It goes out every Monday, and it was a really good one today, actually. Excellent information. And then there's an ASEA orientation. The link is so long that I shrank it down, obviously, but click that. It's a good orientation of how to work your back office and the business, what to do exactly. It's very, very good. Hang on one second. Okay, there we go. So on page 2 of the 7 pages, you'll see a change. You're going to see this right here. It says Wednesday, Push Play Wednesday, in-home meeting night. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. They're showing you that it's on here. I've got to, let me just do something here with the muting. Hang on one second. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Everybody now. Okay, there we go. So hopefully everybody can see this, but it says, again, every Wednesday is Push Play Wednesday, in-home meeting night. It says this is the night to host your own weekly ASEA in-home meetings. Start your Push Play in-home at 7 p.m. in every USA time zone, starting this Wednesday, okay? Because I'm going to be there at 7:50. So you have a sharp start. So you invite people to get there a little bit early. Start at 7 p.m. You're in the East Coast. I'm trying to do this so you know, if we just did it at 7 o'clock Eastern, it would be 4 o'clock in the afternoon out west. So a group of diamonds and platinums are going to, in our organization, are going to be all participating in this. So you're going to have help at your in-home, whether you started this business yesterday or you started 6 years ago. It doesn't make any difference. You're going to have help. If you want to do the work, again, you're motivated and coachable, you'll do this. But you start at 7 p.m. in every time zone. And there's a simple protocol. We'll review the basics of it tonight in just a minute. But at 7:50, you're gonna have your laptop or computer hooked up to your TV with an HDMI cable. If you don't know how to do it, just learn how to do it. It's not hard to do, right? Practice so you know what you're doing. And at 7:50, you're gonna have someone to come in as a validator. No one's gonna come in to explain redox molecules. I'm gonna explain how you can do that if you don't know how to explain it in just a minute. But somebody's going to be there to validate that what you're saying is true. Someone who has rock solid belief, someone who's going to be very articulate, someone who you're going to be able to say, I have an expert coming in, and they're going to just give you a little bit more information about this. We're going to validate what you've told them already, what they've seen in the video that you used your finger to push play on. That's why it's Push Play Wednesday. We're going to validate, and we're going to direct them on what to do next, depending on what they want, product, business, whatever it is. Right, and I'll go a little more into this in just a little bit, but that's new. So that's not on the older versions. All right, so everybody in Texas and now around the country is rallying around having in-homes. Well, we decided, and I ran this by, and I discussed it with Debbie Wetzler, Carolyn Hoffman, Danielle Matthews, and we are going to. Everybody is on board with this because it's going to make life so much easier. Just if you can't make Wednesday your in-home night, you can make it another night. You just have to make sure someone's going to zoom in there for 5 minutes. That's all that it is, 5 to 7 minutes. An expert's going to zoom in. And I'll discuss more in a minute. So then again, every Tuesday at 8 p.m., Debbie does a presentation for guests. Now, she's going to be moving tomorrow, so I'm doing it tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern on this Zoom number. Every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Debbie does one for Europe, or I do. She'll be doing that one this week. Every Wednesday night at 9 p.m., I'm there. I'll be in, a week from Wednesday, I'll be in Hawaii. So I think Dr. Hoffman will do it. It's Ask the Doctor. You're going to have a doctor to be able to do a real quick presentation, and then your guests can ask them whatever they want. How much salt is in it? How about this, that, whatever, mixing with medications. You can ask a doctor about this, right? So there'll be always like a 30-minute presentation, 30-minute Q&A. I am doing it this week. And you may say, well, how can I do it this week if I'm doing those Zoom-ins for the in-homes? I mean, I'm doing Zoom-ins Eastern time at 7:50, 8:50, 9:50, 10:50 Eastern, right? So I'm doing the 9 o'clock Zoom on Wednesday. Who do you invite to that? Everybody that doesn't come to your house. I mean, if you know somebody in the neighborhood that can't come, maybe they can go to that. You know somebody in San Francisco or Hawaii or Sioux Falls. Anybody can log into that at 9 o'clock Eastern. Okay. I will end that. This week at 9:45. I will be done at 9:45. So I'm going to do an abbreviated discussion, explanation of what redox is, and then let the people ask me questions. But at 9:45, I have to skedaddle because I've got to do that 9:50 presentation, that Zoom in, expert Zoom in. Thursday nights, Alan Noble does an amazing presentation at 9 p.m. Eastern at discoverasea.com. Friday nights, Diamond Jim Glenn does one with Q&A also on that Zoom number. Every Wednesday, Gold Sylvie Wilmot does one in French at 3 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Paris time. And every fourth Tuesdays, there's an animal call. So that's what's done a little bit, has been redone on that page. The biggest thing, obviously, is Push Play Wednesday. The next page is Prospecting Toolbox. We have tools, all the tools that you need to leverage to build your business that's duplicatable. I will say that these blue ones are the new product videos, new corporate videos. One of them has a really simple URL, just theredoxbreakthrough.com. Theredoxbreakthrough.com. It's the simplest way to go. That's the video that everybody plays at their in-homes, by the way. That is, no matter what, that's the video they're playing at the in-home. All I have to do is go to theredoxbreakthrough.com. Training toolbox, I just changed a couple small things there. Those are the training videos, which are really important. I mean, again, those who are motivated and coachable win here. Those who are motivated and not coachable, they don't usually win. Those who are coachable but not motivated don't usually win. If you're motivated and coachable, you win here. That's just what it is. This page is how to use Facebook. We have incredible Facebook groups with testimonials. You can look up pretty much any disease you want right here, and you can add, tag, and message people you know that may have the same issue. I'm not going to go through how to do it. Go to ASEA United, and there's tutorials there on how to use these sites. Okay, ASEA United is the one where we learn how to use the sites. Then this page has the upline, all the diamond uplines, all the way to the top of the company. There's me and Wendy, Debbie Wetzler, Cindy and Bo Buck, Chuck and Tammy Gates, Denny Robinson, Trish Winkler, Alan Noble, Sue Brenchley. Okay? And if you're new and you think, boy, the person at the top must be the top dog, it's not true. This comp plan is very, very fair. Trish and Bob Schwinkler are the #1 earners in the company right here, right? They earn more than their upline do. And that's okay. The upline's happy. They're making 7 figures a year because they have a coachable, motivated person there who's killing it. So it's very, very fair. The last page is how to get immediate results with the gel. I shot a video 3 times in 5 minutes. So, you're sitting with an open-minded or skeptical or cynical person in pain. Doesn't matter. As long as they're honest, it's a 9 out of 10 chance that they're going to have a result within 10 minutes. That's pretty powerful. That's pretty powerful to be able to tell someone who's got who you're telling them about a huge breakthrough and they don't believe a word you're saying. Here, show them. So that's the new WINfrastructure document. So I shared what's happening this week with you, but I did mention that everybody should be on the A-Team support newsletter. Now, when you go to ateamsupport.com and you put in the password associate with a capital A, there's tons of information here. I mean, there's languages, there's resources, understanding the comp plan, negative websites, how to deal with those, information for health professionals, and also the events tab. This is what I use to find out what's going on where in the country. There's conference calls and webinars, and they'll have a lot on there, but they won't have our team stuff. The stuff on the WINfrastructure document is just for us. But here, here's the live events that are taking place around the country. So there was one just up in Tarrytown, New York, north of New York City. That was this Saturday. Debbie was up there. There's just one this Saturday down in Melbourne, Florida. Danielle Matthews put that together on our team. Texas. If you know people in Texas, click this. I mean, this is remarkable what's happening in these cities in Texas, starting yesterday, in Dallas, Lubbock, Waco, Austin, Cypress, San Antonio. Indianapolis, there's a live event. Albuquerque, Latham, New York, coming up at the end of the month. Quebec, Santa Monica, California, Virginia Beach, November 2nd. That's going to be a great one, Virginia Beach. Ed Weens is going to be there, Dave Stolzfus. Houston, Texas, Denver, Colorado. Here's what's going on, and you may not have anybody in Asia or Australia, but you will. You build this business. It's like build it, they will come. You will have people in these markets. You're going to have business there. If you look at that, says the Philippines pre-launch. I'm going to be there at Davao. That's misspelled, but I'll be in Davao in November 13th. I'll be in Manila on the 15th. I'll be in Cebu on the 16th. Number 1 and 2 earners are going to be there too. I'm the one they asked to do the presentation. I'm just going to do the presentation on the product. They're going to do the business part of this thing. You know, there's the doctor up there. Gee, he's a doctor. He can make millions of dollars. Well, here's two ladies with high school diplomas that are 7-figure earners. I'll also be in Singapore and Malaysia. So if you have people in Singapore and Malaysia, you need to let me know. The details are being worked out on those meetings. But I start in Singapore on the 6th of November. There'll be another big meeting, a follow-up in Malaysia. Malaysia just opened, and it's already rocking. You can see Europe is on here, right? All this stuff is here. The convention. The next big event that everybody should be at is Envision, which is in Dallas, Texas in March. So I just wanted to share that with you because our job is to fill your toolbox and teach you where the tools are, what the tools are. You need to review them so you're familiar with all the tools. The tools could be the videos. The cool tools could be the push and play Wednesday, in-homes. It could be how to use the gel as a tool to get instant results, how to do 3-way phone calls, the events. Our job is to make you aware of your toolbox. If you want this business to pay you serious money, you've got to become a professional at this. And nobody knows what they're doing when they start this business. We learn. Our job is to guide you, and that's what we're doing here, okay? Let me see if anybody, before I talk a little bit more about the push play Wednesdays, I'm going to unmute. Hold on 1 second. Let me just unmute everybody temporarily. 1 second. Okay. I see Danielle is on. Danielle, I'm going to ask you to say something in just a minute to pop in, and Carolyn too, because I want to talk about the push play Wednesdays. But does anybody have a question about anything that I've said so far before we really focus in on the push play Wednesday? Just unmute the bottom left of your screen if you do. Nope. Okay. So I want to just, because it really is important, because we're doing this 90-day surge, and we're kind of doing it for the people in this surge who are really pushing to move fast and get a lot done before the holidays and get their business off the ground. So they're surging forward, but everybody can participate in this because in-homes are just so duplicatable. And Carolyn Hoffman, could you unmute your line? Saw you on here. Did you disappear? I lost her. Okay, Danielle, are you there? Oh, just unmute. There you go.
Okay, there we go. I'm here.
So Danielle, for people that don't know Danielle, she's in that video that you're going to play at your in-homes. She's one of the 3 people that share their testimonials, and it's pretty darn powerful. We discussed this the other day because so many other teams are really focusing on in-homes, and ironically, our 90-day surge was focused on doing in-homes. There's Group A, Team A that does one every week, and Group B that does one at least once a month. And doing it every week is pretty key because you build that momentum. And again, sometimes it's a little bit of a sacrifice to give up an evening and plan and do all this stuff. But for the rewards, knowing what we know about this before everybody else, all your neighbors and all your friends are going to know about this one day. It's better to get them to know about it now. And you get customers and referrals, you'll get business partners, and you'll find some leaders. But doing it every week, Danielle and I discussed this, and we discussed a few things actually. But what are your thoughts on, because you're big on doing events and giving people experiences and hearing testimonials, but what are your thoughts on this in-home protocol as being so simple that all you need is your finger to push play, Danielle? Oh, you're muted. Let's see. Why are you muted?
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
I don't know what happened. I'm back. You know, there's nothing that gets around getting the gel on people, having people hear experiences, being able to look in the eyes of people that are currently using ASEA and just get the sense that this is real. And in-homes and doing live events are the reason that I have a business. It's what I started to do back in 2017 and have just kept a rhythm and kept it going, because, I mean, they work. And I will forever and always, this past convention will be marked by Terry Latham standing at the front of the room going, if you want a big business, go like this and just press play. And it's so true. You know, we have a great tool now to be able to press play and get people exposed to, you know, health professionals discussing this, the corporate office talking about this, and then some incredible stories that they did a great job videoing and really getting the emotion of the impact that this technology can have on people. And what's great is that what we're trying to put in place is now also you get the three-way call, right? You get this validation from someone that's beyond who's in the room, beyond just your hometown. And so someone will be able to call in and just share about the fact that, look, what you learned about is real, and just give, again, further validation for the people that are in the room. So I'm really excited. Terry Latham was doing this and had Maureen Hayes come on and kind of all at the same time help with in-homes, and it was a huge success. So I'm excited that our team's going to be rolling with it, and that we can just use, it's just an efficient use of time. You know, the thing that we need in our businesses is duplication, and this is something that easily duplicates because you don't even have to be the expert in your own home.
That's the beautiful thing. And Danielle and I discussed the fact that, you know, sometimes somebody's brand new, they don't know what they're doing at all. And so one of the things that came up was, okay, so we're calling this, I think Latham's group is calling it Share, Show, Connect. You share your story, you show them the video, and you connect them with someone else as a third party, right? And we do that all the time. I mean, we do three-way phone calls, that's connect calls, all that. We're calling it Share, Show, Sample, Connect, because when the video is over, we're going to show pictures. You're going to get gel on everybody that's got anything that hurts them. You can do the strength and balance test so they actually feel it and they get a taste of ASEA. And yeah, all you got to do is ask a couple questions after the video. Like, let's talk about what people like. First of all, I'm going to have everybody sample it. Then I'm going to find out what they like best about the video. So as you're putting this gel and everything on people, you're going around and saying, what did you like best about what you saw? Somebody's going to resonate with Danielle. Somebody's going to resonate with Leland Duck, who was dying of an autoimmune disease. Someone's going to resonate with Ashley, who was dying. Somebody's going to resonate with the doctors that were talking, the FDA facility, whatever it is. Everybody's different. And then it's interactive, right? And they're tasting the drink. What does it taste like to you? And you hear people say water, salt water, swimming pool water. Discuss that right then and there. They're giving and getting an experience. There's a network marketing company called Sensi. They sell candles. They do, I think, $700 million a year selling candles. And you know how they do it? They do it by having in-homes. They have people come in the house. Their experience isn't their pain going away or stroke symptoms going away or migraines going away. Their experience is, oh, that smells good. It's an experience. We're giving people an experience with something really important, right? So then it came up, okay, well, what after that, and then the expert kind of zooms in to validate a little bit for 5 to 7 minutes. They hang up, the new person doesn't know what to do. How do you direct them on what pack to get? The benefits of getting a business pack versus a personal pack, the loyalty reward points that you get, the kickback on product you get immediately on your order. You know, to leave it to someone new, it's like, so you know what? Danielle and Carolyn and I discussed your finger. So we're going to create this toolbox, video toolbox for in-homes. They're all going to be 1 minute, 60 seconds to 90 seconds long. Any question that comes up, you can just push play. So when we sign off and say, you know, sit down with the person that introduced it to you at your host, they are going to guide you this. You tell them if you just want product, if you're thinking about business, if you want to be a referral source, whatever, they'll guide you on how best to get product, because there's some great advantages to enrolling as an associate now. We'll have a tool for that, by the way, that you can play for them. There's an advantage to getting enough product to test properly. There's a money-back guarantee. You can get a lot of free product. So we're kind of setting it up for everybody so that if you're not comfortable telling them yet how to do it, and that's fine, you know, just push play. You push play. You watch that thing 5 or 6 times and you don't need to push play anymore. But when someone raises their hand and says, I want to have one at my house next week, you go to their house and do it instead of your house, right? And you can help them do it. If for some reason you can't be there, they see that all you have to do is push a button. They don't have to be an expert. They're going to have help, okay? So that's the basic idea behind this. We're honing down an exact protocol for this to make it like stupid simple. Like someone could sign up today and say, I'm having one tomorrow. What do I do? They read it and say, okay, I can do all of that tomorrow. I don't even need you there. That's coming, okay? That will be out in the next couple of weeks. But for now, I would start, I mentioned it on Saturday, start inviting people to your house on this Wednesday, because I'm going to be there at 7:50 in every time zone to help you. If you have one person there, great. If you invite 10 and you have one, fine. If you invite 20 and have one, fine. If you invite 20 and have 20, great, whatever it is. The one thing you want to have on hand is a bottle to sample. Okay, you're not giving bottles away. You can have extra bottles, so when people enroll, you can give them a bottle to get started. You can loan them a bottle. You don't have to give it to them until their product comes in, right? You can loan them a tube of gel or a couple samples. You don't have to give them product, but you want them to taste it, and you want to have at least one big tube of gel to get on people, okay? And it's going to be a regular thing, guys. It's every Wednesday. We're running this thing to the end of the year because I think most of you know that we've entered momentum, and this is a network marketer's dream when you are involved with a company that has just started to do this. And that's what we've done. We've been inching along, growing every single year since I've been in this, and last year it's turned. And this is the moment. Mark my words. You think people are making money now? You think that having, I don't know how many 7-figure earners there are now, they're going to be hundreds of 7-figure earners when this thing really, really takes off. And that's the moment we're in. So that's what we did, the 90-day surge for people that want to push now and are willing to really put in some effort now. If they don't want to, it's fine. We're here to support. The infrastructure is here for everybody, but we're running. And if you want to run with us, we'd love to have you run with us. Okay. Danielle, anything else you want to add? And I'm going to open it up for questions.
I don't think so. I think you kind of nailed it.
Also, one of the things Danielle and I discussed a little bit today was enrolling new people, and how nice it is when you decide you're going to do that. I'll just give you one little thing, and then we'll open up for questions. And we're gonna introduce new people, actually. When you bring in a certain number of people and you say, oh, I think I have my team to go all the way to triple diamond or whatever, the reality is you probably don't. You bring in 10 people that say, rah, rah, I'm doing this thing, and they're excited and you're excited, and chances are it's going to hone down to 2. Most of them are going to quit. Most of them aren't going to be coachable. They'll go out and they'll fall flat on their face. In this business, it's the same thing. You win or you learn. I mean, that's it. But the people that don't win and they don't decide to learn how to do it better next time, they quit because it's like, this isn't going to work for me. Isn't going to work for me. It'll work if you do it, right? If you do it and you hone what you're doing. But out of 10 people, chances are that say they're going to do it, you're going to have 2 good ones, right? And so sometimes people get their mother hen, they act like mother hen, they got their 10. Oh, come on, everybody, let's go. Look, run with the runners, walk with the walkers, and stop with the stoppers. The ones that just complain, just let them come to the team calls, let them plug into the meetings, whatever. Don't beg them. The ones that want to walk and they're doing something, work with them, but focus on the runners. And until you have enough runners and a few legs, you have 10 people and you hones down to realistically 1 or 2 people. Don't try to get the other 8 to go. Just say, I'm going to bring in 10 more people. Once you make the decision that you're going to bring in another batch of 10 people, do a couple fast forwards and you bring in 10, it is so liberating when you know you're letting go of that and you are absolutely bringing in 10 people. You're going to do 3-way phone calls, you're doing in-homes, you're bringing in 10 people. And Providence moves once you make the decision. And nothing, I said to Danielle, nothing cures ails more than just bringing in new people. It is so much fun, the fire in their eyes. And again, if you get those 10 that say rah, rah, you may think, oh, now I got those 2 and now I got 10 more. Don't prejudge and say which ones are going to be the two. It's probably going to be two that are standing, because most of them are going to quit. They'll just be customers, or they'll walk or whatever. That's fine. Okay. I just want people to go into this with open eyes. It takes work. It takes energy. It takes effort. It takes time, but it's residual income. And I got to tell you something, it is fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic when it starts hitting. And it took me a little while to get it to hit, but once I learned what to do, and you can do it too. Okay. So let's introduce new people. If you have a new person on the line, and you can see their name, could you please just unmute yourself and introduce them? Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can there we go. I think you can unmute yourself now.
Okay.
Okay.
I have Linda. She's new and she used to use new skin, and she has a question. She wants to know is new skin and ASEA is similar. Linda, you can ask him.
Hi, Linda. How are you?
Linda. Oh, I don't think she can hear. You need to unmute it.
I don't see Linda.
She's like, look at
Is she on? So
yeah, she's on. Let me text her. Tell her to unmute it. She doesn't know how to use. Oh, okay.
Okay. Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Oh, it says Betty's phone. I see you. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, there's no similarity to ASEA and New Skin product. This is patented. This is patented. This is something that's inside of us.
Uh-huh.
I'm doing a webinar again. I'm doing it Wednesday evening at I'm doing it actually, Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. And there'll be one tomorrow night at 8 p.m. explaining this. But what's in this, Linda, is inside of you. You already have it in you. You had more when you were younger, and everybody's skin is nicer when they're younger, right? You produce less as you get older, but also everybody's healthier when they're younger. So there's no relation, there's no similarity between this and any new skin product. Okay. Where do you live?
Oh, I live in Gators.
Oh, okay. I live in
Maryland.
Bethesda, very close.
Yeah, not too far. I used to have a shop in Bethesda, nearby Wisconsin Avenue
Yes.
and Lelands. Yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
Well, have you experienced the product yet or not yet?
Not yet. I haven't tried at all. I just get an order, and I hear about because I have like a problem with my sleep. So they say this serum redox that might help my sleep get put back on on me.
Yep.
So I order it. But another thing that I hear so much about it, I want to bring this product to my country to produce, to introduce to someone in my country too.
Where?
Because my country is overload of sickness, so much sickness over there. So
What country?
This product work. So my community is a lot of people. They know me, they trust me. If I say something, it have to be true.
Good.
That's why I want to know. Yes.
Well, then you're going to help. You're going to help a lot of people. And New Skin's a great product. It's a very good product, but it's not this. That you're going to see things happen that will make you cry. You will literally cry, and because it's amazing. And when you get the gel, you'll see that the company says it's for wrinkles and for cellulite. Okay, and it works.
Work.
It
works.
works.
Yes.
It works for wrinkles and it works for cellulite. But I'm sure that Amanda told you, try this on a few people with pain. Do you know anybody who has pain or stiffness in their body?
Like for example, my mother-in-law, she is diabetic for a long time, and her ankle is swelling. That's why I'm asking Amanda that is help with her swelling. She said yes.
Yeah. So wherever you have anybody that has pain, anywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Ask them to give you 10 minutes, Linda.
Yes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
And they tell you the level of their pain on a scale of 1 to 10, their hand, their neck, their back, 10 being a lot, 1 being a little. Shake up the tube and have them put it on 3 times in the first 5 minutes. 3 times in 5 minutes. And at the 10-minute mark, ask them how they're doing. You can expect 9 of them to have an amazing result. 9 out of 10 people in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
And I know the products to us it's not smart, but it still is costing money. But in my country, the people in my town is a lot of poor people. So I don't know. I mean,
What country?
they can afford to buy it or not.
What country?
Vietnam,
Yeah.
South Vietnam.
Yeah, we're not in Vietnam yet. We'll go in Vietnam probably by the end of next year or the beginning of 2021. But I'm going over to the Philippines in 4 weeks, and that they don't have much money either. And they build the business with the gel. They start with the gel because it's less expensive than the drink.
Yeah.
So, but Amanda can help you with that, and I look forward to meeting you.
Yeah.
We don't
When you have an adventure, what I call that, adventure go to Vietnam, you need to let me know so I can go there too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, there are people already sending product to Vietnam. So,
And also, Linda, I'm sorry. I know that Vietnamese, most of them are most Vietnamese people are new skin fan, including my boss, John.
Yeah.
He owned like 4 salons, and all of them he has like new skin. And
I know it's been there maybe 4 years, 5 years now. The new skin go there 4 or 5 years now.
Let me interrupt because there's a lot of feedback. I'm sorry, but I want to have time for everybody to introduce themselves. The new people, we usually take about a minute, but let's set up a time, Amanda, to speak with Linda. We'll do a 3-way phone call. I'd love to meet her. Okay, because the Vietnamese community is wide open here. Nobody really knows about it here. Okay. Thank you, Linda. Who else has someone new?
Hey, David, Mike Weiner, how are you?
Hey, Mike, how you doing, bud?
Hey, I'm good. You know what? We did a call with Elizabeth Murphy. She's been on the call the whole time, but she just had to jump off. So I think she's going to jump back on Wednesday. But
I see her. She's still here.
Huh?
Elizabeth, can you hear me, Elizabeth?
Is she still there?
Yeah, Elizabeth, can you hear me? No, she's off now. Hey, Brenda Brown, can you hear me?
Yes.
Your phone has a lot of feedback. I can't hear you.
Oh, I guess I got to move around.
Yeah, David, Brenda, this is her first time on.
Brenda what?
Brenda Brown. She's one of my new associates. This is Karen Denham.
Hi, Karen. Brenda, welcome. I'm sorry, but something's wrong with your line, and it's got it's a screeching noise. So perhaps if you have questions, if you could put them in the chat bar, I'd love to be able to answer them. But there's something wrong with your line, and I don't know what it is. I really apologize. Okay, and Karen, you want to describe Brenda?
Yeah, Brenda and I have known each other for a long time, and she actually uses the product. And yeah, Brenda, your phone's still messed up. But anyway, so she's been using the product, and she's been sharing it with people. So she just signed up last week as an associate.
Awesome. Brenda, welcome. I'm really sorry that I can't converse, but the static was so bad I couldn't even hear anyway. But welcome aboard.
I'll probably see her Wednesday night, so I'll work with her. I'll find out what the deal is with the Zoom on her phone.
Beautiful. Okay.
Hey David, I've got somebody on, Sue Brown.
Okay.
She's in Michigan, so if you know anybody up around her way, that would be awesome. But Sue, go ahead and unmute and just tell us a little bit about you and what interested you in this.
Well, I really want to try it because I have a thyroid problem, and I also have lower back pain, beginning to have arthritis in my hands. Okay. And so that's what really brought me into it, is to see what I can do for myself, and then, I also want to start the business.
But
So
she's planning on having an in-home David on the 27th. So she hasn't even gotten her product yet. And she's already like, I'm having an in-home on the 27th.
Sue, that's great. Sue, have
Good.
you done network marketing before?
I have with CBD oil.
Yeah, well, CBD is great. This is just taking it to another level. So as soon
Yeah,
as you get it,
definitely.
if your hands are stiff, I can't promise you this, but kind of squeeze your hands and see how
Yep.
tight you can make them and what the pain level is. And honestly, whichever hand is worse, have someone else put it on that hand. So you're
Okay.
not putting it on both. And then,
Right.
so you only have it on one, put it on 3 times in 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes, do this again.
Okay.
And I always do that when people have bilateral pain or stiffness. It's more dramatic. And if it doesn't work immediately, just do it a few more times. And if it doesn't, don't say, oh God, it doesn't work. Because
Right.
9 out of 10 people get results with it. When I
Okay.
started, we didn't even have the gel. The gel came out in 2014. I started doing this business at the end of 2011. And all we could do was drink this, and we could spray it on our hands and our eyes,
Yeah.
which we still do. But the gel just is much easier. It doesn't have to evaporate. It's just very much easier.
Well, I'm really excited to get started. I haven't received it yet, but
It's
I
coming.
can't wait.
Are you hypothyroid or hyper?
Hypo.
Okay, so you'll put it on your neck too, the gel many times a day, right over your thyroid.
All right.
Okay?
Great. Thank you.
What part of Michigan?
Over in the Southwest, Portage, Kalamazoo.
Sweetheart, you're going to own Michigan because I don't think there's anybody doing it there.
Yay.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing is that these doing these push play in-homes, it's just very easy to do. Very easy to do.
Great. Thank you.
You bet. Anybody else have anybody new on?
Thomas, where is he? Thomas, you need to introduce yourself.
Is that Lazar?
No, Thomas. Thomas
Oh.
May.
Thomas? I don't see
Yeah.
Thomas on the list. Do you see him on the list, Amanda?
Thomas, you need to check your. He did not. Okay, he can hear now.
Oh, I see.
Hello?
Okay.
Oh, hi, Thomas. How are you?
All right. Sorry about that. I follow you a lot, Dr. Silverman, and been doing research and so forth. But I just finally working with Amanda.
Wonderful, Thomas. Where do you live?
I live in Gettysburg, close to Linda.
Oh, okay, wonderful. You're not far at all from me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've been on and off, but yeah, I was a medic in the Air Force, so I know a little bit about medical.
Well, wonderful. Well, you, me, and Linda, we're pretty close together. We should get together. I'm leaving for Hawaii on the Diamond trip on Saturday. And then when I get back on the 29th, like 3 days later, I'm leaving to go to Asia. So I probably won't have time to physically get together until after Thanksgiving. But let's see if we can get something arranged to do that. Okay, Amanda? We'll do that with Thomas and Linda.
That's great. Thank you.
Absolutely. What do you do now, Thomas?
Oh, I just learning how to, I'm doing a business.
What business?
Well, I was doing different stuff, but I get into nails now.
Nails? Nails like fingernails and toenails, or nails to put into a house?
Fingernails.
Okay, gotcha. Well, by the way, nails grow faster and thicker and stronger drinking this product. I had a split in a fingernail for 10 years. And when I started drinking this, the split grew out, which was amazing to me. So I knew it wasn't in my head that it was working. So
Linda too.
Yeah. Well, welcome aboard.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look forward to meeting you. Mark your calendar for January 18th because we're going to have a big event here. Washington, D.C. is going to be the center of the ASEA universe on January 18th because Tyler Norton is going to be here. So everybody mark your calendar. Details will be coming out in the next couple of weeks on that. Anybody else have anybody new? Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to ask or share before we wrap it up? It's almost 9 o'clock Eastern.
David, I have a question.
Sure, Micheline.
I would like to know a resource for the strength test. And I'd like to know when you would use the strength test as opposed to the 3 times 5.
Well, if someone has any pain or stiffness, always do the 3 times in 5 minutes. When I do a presentation, I'll usually, anybody that does not have pain, I'll bring 2 of the people up that don't have pain. And you can find a video on how to do this. I think it's in ASEA United, you can find it, but I'll show you right now, okay? It's pretty easy to do. There's several ways to do it. I'll show you the way I do it.
Okay.
So I'll have the person, 2 people come up and I'll do a test on the first one. Have them put their arms out to their side and lift up one leg and balance. And whatever leg they're lifting up, that arm, you have them their arms straight out and you push down on their wrist and have them resist as hard as they can. Don't let them, have them try to not let you push them down. And what you'll see is they'll go like they'll go down and their leg will come down, right? Because they're out of balance. Then you put a little bit of gel in their hand and you have them rub a little bit on their throat like that and a little bit on their neck real quick. They don't have to sit there and rub it in. I mean, it's quick. There and there, acupuncture points. Have them stand up again immediately, exact same thing, and push down on them. It should be, on almost everybody, it should be harder to push them down, which they will notice. But a skeptic would say, oh, you're just pushing differently. But pushing differently wouldn't make any difference with regards to the leg coming down, because their leg generally won't come down. Takes a lot longer to get their leg to go down. And then the reason I brought the second person up was because I know if I was sitting in the audience, and I'm a pretty skeptical person, I would say that's a trick. You know, that's a trick. And that's when I say, okay, so if I do that to Bob and I have Sue there, I'll say, Sue, come over here. Bob, I want you to do the test on Sue. I'm not even doing it. Now Bob's doing the test on Sue. They're 2 strangers that are doing it to each other, and it works. It just, I have to guide Bob on what to do, make sure his arms are out straight and the leg is up. But that's the way you do it. That's the way I do it. There are other ways to do it too. But it is pretty cool. So practice on people that, you know, practice on your family, practice on people. And so you feel comfortable doing it, right? Never, if they lift their right leg, up, don't push on this side because they'll fall over. So you push on the side where the leg is up so they can put their leg down to catch their balance. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I have a second question, and that is, I'm having my first in-home on Sunday, and I would like to have somebody for validation at 4:50. The in-home is from 4 to 5. So
just call your upline and find somebody. I know I definitely can't do it. I'll be in Hawaii, but just call your upline and find somebody that can just pop in there for 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how would they pop in, by phone or by Zoom?
Zoom is best. So what you want to do is just practice working Zoom. You want to get an HDMI cable, right? Now you can do Zoom. You can do it, cast it from your phone to the TV. I don't know how to do that to a smart TV.
I can do mirroring on my iPad. I can mirror.
Just practice. Just practice it. If you can do it, then you're all set. You just don't want to try to figure it out at when the person's zooming in. You want to have done it already. But yeah, that's what you do. Zoom is much better. You know, when people invite people to events and they send emails don't work at all. Phone calls are better because you can hear the emotion in someone's voice. It's important. I wouldn't call you if it wasn't. You know, please don't send texts and invitations. You can confirmation text, it's fine. And when you have an in-home, it's always good to tell them you're serving some food, so come hungry. Don't make some elaborate thing. Just go to Costco and buy sandwiches or Safeway or something. But if you've told them that you've made food for them or you've got food for them, if they're last minute, they're thinking of bailing because on the meeting because there's a good Seinfeld rerun or something, because they remember that you ordered food and you can remind them that. Just get them there, but you don't want to make something fancy because it's not duplicatable. Don't go out and make lobster thermidor or whatever. Just something simple. Okay.
Thank you.
You bet. Good for you, though. In-homes are great. It's fun. And it's good to set up a rhythm where you're doing it every week. And then you do it until someone says, they raise their hand and say, I want to do one in my house. I'm ready. You do one week. They're excited. They come back the next week. They bring a guest. And then you say, look, let's do one in your house. Then you help them get people to their house. That's duplicatable. And when Sue was mentioning she's in Michigan, that's how it's going to get started there. Anybody else have a question or comment?
David, I have a quick question. This is Teresa.
Hey, Teresa.
How do you download the Redox Breakthrough, the new video? You can download it right onto your desktop or onto a drive or something?
Well, as long as you have internet, just go to the website.
Well, right, but I'm saying if in case there's not Wi-Fi and you want to share video with somebody, can you download it?
Can somebody answer that? They probably can off the Connect app. I'm not sure. Has anybody downloaded the video?
David, this is Lewis. I have noticed that on Android devices, there's an option for you to download it in the SIA Connect app, and that way it's just downloaded to the phone via the app. So it's inside the app so that you can share it without necessarily needing an internet connection. Other than that, you're going to probably need to, rip it, to not use a popular term, if you wanted it otherwise, or to do a screen recording, in other words.
So I'm texting Karen Riley right now to find out how we can download it. So I will post that information on the Facebook group so everybody knows how they can download it. They have to be able to download it.
Awesome. Thank
Hey,
you.
David.
Yes.
On your SIA app, when you pull up the video, it says share, favorite, or download. So a SIA Connect, you pick which video and you can hit download right there on the SIA Connect app.
On any device.
Well, I have an Android, so I'm not sure about the iPhones, but it's right on the, once you select the video, you have share, favorite, or download.
Can you do it off of Genie on your computer?
I haven't tried that, but maybe.
Right.
I think you can on Genie too.
And you guys are more techie than me. Could one or both of you just check it and let me know what you find, and I'll wait to send. I'm gonna like asking her, bugging her on stuff if I have to, but if there's a way to do it, I'd love to know. And if you run into a roadblock, let me know what the roadblock is so I can get it unblocked.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. So we've got guest events, guys. There's a leadership training tomorrow night at 9 p.m. at a SIA In Touch by corporate. If you want to get better at being a leader, that's really for associates. That's at 9 p.m. at asiaintouch.com. I think I'm not doing tomorrow night, Tuesday night. I don't know who's doing the one at 8 p.m. Eastern on this Zoom number. I'm doing the one at 1 p.m. I don't know who's doing 8 p.m. And then Wednesday, I'll be very busy. I'm doing the 9 p.m. one for everybody. And then I'm zooming in on this number. Whoever's having an in-home, whoever's sitting with another person, just get in here at 7:50. I'm going to be here. 7:50 Eastern, 7:50 Central, 7:50 Mountain, 7:50 Pacific. So that everybody can have their in-homes at 7 p.m. And we'll be sending out the protocol, the suggested protocol on exactly how to do an in-home from beginning to end. And most of it is going to be about just telling your story, getting gel on people, and pushing play with your finger on at least one video. Could be other little short ones. People say, well, that video didn't explain how it works. How does it work? That's a good question. Dr. Silverman's on the medical board of the company, and his dad had a grave prostate issue. When he saw what it did for him, he became a big proponent. Now he's on the medical board. He has a great video. Let me play it. It's going to explain how it works. Just push play. You don't have to talk about mitochondria. You don't have to sit there and start showing pictures in here in textbooks. I mean, you want to have one on hand for the scientific, analytical people. Great. Hand them the book. don't get too bogged down on the analytical people. They're probably not going to build a big business anyway. They're just too analytical about things. But sometimes they will. But you know, we want everybody. But sometimes they need this stuff. So have it handy, but don't think you have to understand this stuff. You don't. All you have to do is know which tool in the toolbox is going to explain it for you. Your friend watches it. You didn't have to explain it. And they're not thinking they have to be an expert. They're like, yeah, all Susan did was push that button. I could do that. That's the beautiful thing about push and play. Push play. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna stop recording.